You like Kingpin. I like Kingpin. You like Vincent D'Onofrio. I like Vincent D'Onofrio. But wouldn't you like to see Gimli as Wilson Fisk? Hey, listen, you know what I like? You know what I really like? The Trial of the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk was a television show that ran from 1977 to 1982, starring the spectacular Bill Bixby and the amazing Lou Ferrigno. From a multiversal perspective, this is the most underpowered Hulk ever. He can flip a car over, but he can't lift it over his head, and he's not bulletproof. The creator of this show was very serious about keeping it not comic book accurate, to the point that he changed the name of the main character from Bruce to David, because he thought that Bruce sounded like a homosexual name. But I think somebody was projecting. Kenneth? If comic book accuracy is a very big deal to you, then this isn't your show. But if you can view this as a Hulk and not necessarily the Hulk, it was a great show. It ran for 5 seasons, and 6 years after it was canceled, The Incredible Hulk returned in the TV movie The Incredible Hulk Returns. This was a really fun Hulk movie, but it was also a backdoor pilot for a new TV show starring Thor. This Thor was every bit as underpowered as the Hulk, but he was crazy fun to watch because he was played by Eric Allen Kramer from Robin Hood Men in Tights. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Thor spin-off show, but a year later, we got the Trial of the Incredible Hulk. You remember that thing from the comics where Thunderbolt Ross turned into the Red Hulk and his mustache disappeared? Bad news. There was precedent for that. The first time we see Banner in this movie, he has a beard. The first time he turns into the Hulk has no beard. But later, when the cops find Banner, the beard is back. So I guess it's just a thing that Hulks can do. Look, the Hulk only shows up 3 times in this movie, and one of them was in a dream. And while that dream sequence did include the very first live-action cameo by Stan Lee, it's not a very good Hulk movie. What it is A, another backdoor pilot, and 2, a shockingly comic-accurate Daredevil movie, starring as the Kingpin, the astonishing John Rhys-Davies. This is the United Kingdom, and this is Wales. It's where Welsh people come from. People like Greg Davis from Taskmaster, or Russell T. Davies from Doctor Who, or John Rhys-Davies from The Untouchables. Davis. I think most people would agree that Charlie Cox is the definitive Matt Murdock. I also think that most people would agree that Ben Affleck also played the character. But there's an additional dude. The first person to play Daredevil was Rex Smith, from that one episode of Love American Style. Rex is great, and so is his Daredevil. This version of Matt Murdock saved somebody from a truck and got superpowers. He's got a dead boxer father, and he can smell what you had for breakfast, as long as you haven't had lunch yet. He can read print with his fingertips. He can tell if you're lying by listening to your heart. And he can fight. They were going so hard on this that Turk Barrett is even in this movie. The Hulk makes his final appearance at the end of the second act when he saves Daredevil after he got his ass kicked. So there's no Hulk in the third act, but we do get a rousing Bill Bixby speech, which is pretty fantastic. At no point is the Hulk actually on trial, but again, this is actually a Daredevil movie. And by 1990 television standards, a fine one. If you want a fun Hulk movie, watch The Incredible Hulk Return. But if you run out of Charlie Cox and you forget about Ben Affleck, go get yourself a little Daredevil fix by watching The Trial of the Incredible Hulk. And I'll meet you back here.